Hello and welcome to the Philippines. Would you live in Iloilo City in Ilo province on Panay Island in the Philippines? I visited there for about 4.5 days, and this is the MegaWorld development out in this area. There's a big newer area, so you have newer areas, you have older areas. Uh, It's a city of about 500,000 people, half a million people. The metropolitan area includes several other cities as well as the island of Guimaras, and the population is about 1 million people. Uh, but anyway, there's a lot to offer, a lot of potential. They just received the Tourist Clean City Award by ASEAN, the the Southeast Asian Association of Countries. Association of Southeast Asian Countries. I'm going to cover a number of different topics in this video, and primarily to expats and tourists about moving, living, touring this particular area. And I was impressed by the city. I've been living in Cebu City for about 4 years. I've had, I think, 3 or 4 different trips to Cebu City and spent a lot of those years living there. I visited a number of different islands and towns in the meantime, but I am impressed with Iloilo City. I heard a number of things from different people. There used to be a vlogger, Mike, from My Philippine Journey, did a lot of videos there. Festive Walk is the pretty big mall in the MegaWorld development. MegaWorld has the Iloilo Business Park development there. I think food is one good reason to be in Iloilo, and I found this place. My YouTube channel is Amazing Philippines. So there.
Our main branch is actually in BGC in Taguig.
Quesadillas, you have some Mexican stuff here. Chicken and sausage jambalaya.
Yes, sir.
Smoked pork ribs, classic Caesar salad. Country fried steak.
Yeah.
You never see that in the Philippines. American type food. Cheese steak, Philly.
Yeah, with the cheese
A
steak.
Philly cheese steak sandwich. Oh, that's Southern Grind Bistro. I think it's on the second level of and outside, kind of an outside walk area. Festive Walk, perhaps, and was quite good. And I think they've got 5 branches, but none in Cebu City yet. Idea for somebody there. There are a number of malls in town and just outside of town. SM City in Iloilo City is probably the largest. Then you have the MegaWorld Mall there, Festive Walk Mall. You got I think a couple of Robinson's malls. You've got the Vista Mall, the City Mall, GT Mall. Is that the same as Gaisano Mall? I'm not sure. And I think there's a Times Square at Gaisano Mall. What about traffic? A lot has been said about the traffic is better here. During rush hours like this is out my hotel window, Go Hotel at Robinson's Mall. And during rush hour in almost any city in the world, I think you're going to find slow traffic, probably, for the most part. They do have more traffic signals than many of the cities I've been to. They have wider streets generally than many of the cities I've been to. They tend to have relatively clean streets. They have taxis and they have jeepneys. I didn't see a lot of hobbles, motorbike taxis, but I think they're there. This guy, actually, I was walking from the downtown area out towards Smallville. Wanted to go see what that was about, that entertainment bar area. And I had stopped, talked to these guys, and there was a motorbike driver there, and he was not a taxi. But he said, I'll take you there. And so I was getting tired of walking, actually, so I took him up on his offer, and I asked him how much. He says, oh, no, free ride. And I insist on paying him, and I gave him, I think, 100 pesos, I think. Anyway, we took the, was looking at my maps on maps.me, and app you can put on your phone. Download the map so you don't have to be online. And I was going to walk across here, which would not have been a very good idea because there is no sidewalk on this particular bridge. I would have walked down to the bridge further down, which wouldn't have actually been much further, but it would have allowed a reasonably wide sidewalk. But anyway, this guy gave me a ride over there, and I think he was just getting off of work at one of the call centers in town. And there are just like in Cebu City and Bacolod, there are many call centers, BPO operations, business process outsourcing companies, where they do the customer service for companies all over the world. So they're 24-hour type systems. So then, like MegaWorld built up this business park, and among others, Ayala is building one. I think SM is building some as well, has, across from SM Mall. And they employ thousands and thousands of people. I think this past weekend they had a job fair where there were like 42,000 openings for employees. So it is a growing city. I did find that the traffic, once you got outside the busiest part of the traffic downtown area, the rush hour, that it tended to move pretty efficiently. So that was a good sign. And this is coming out towards the business park area out here, where Smallville is, MegaWorld is, the on-ramp to, it's not really a freeway, but it is like an 8-lane road out to the left of us here. There wasn't a real good on-ramp, exit ramp type thing. So the on-ramp and exit ramp were the same. You had to kind of watch out and give way to other people there. But I did read recently they were putting on a big traffic enforcement push. Not only traffic, but also noise control. They were going to start ticketing, giving citations out to motorbikes with their loud mufflers, as well as enforcing traffic laws. So that is good, something Cebu City needs to do. Hospitals and medical care in Iloilo City area. I don't know how to quantify this really, except to say there are many hospitals in the area. St. Paul's with a 300-bed, and I understand they accept federal credit cards. Iloilo Doctors Hospital. There's a university there that is one of the top ones in turning out nurses there, so there should be a good population of nurses. The Medical City, I think, which is owned by a company out of medical company out of Manila. Western Visayas Medical Center, State University Hospital, Medicus, number of other hospitals and medical centers, clinics. Generally throughout the Philippines there is a shortage of doctors, and there are a number of Western trained doctors, and I had a doctor tell me that many doctors just take the basic training and they want to start earning money, and they take jobs out in the various provinces for less money than if they would go many extra years to increase their knowledge and skill in the medical industry. Anyway, I think the shortage of doctors is probably an issue across many countries in the world. And if you've ever tried to set an appointment for a doctor in the United States, in fact, just depends on what city you're in, you might be several weeks out to a number of months out. I know a Canadian who told me to get an x-ray. I think it took him 6 weeks to get an x-ray on his leg, and took him 11 months to get in to get the operation done. In the meantime, they tried to provide him with some sort of brace or something, I guess. Medical care in the Philippines is something that is evolving and getting better in many areas. Even the provincial hospitals are getting additional equipment in. The training is necessary, of course, If you're looking for the best medical care, some of the hospitals in Manila will be your choice. Cebu and Davao would be your second choices, I believe, and then these cities of medium-sized cities after that. Anything really serious, they're probably going to send you to Manila or Cebu City. Cost of living is one of the major factors for many expats in trying to decide where to live. And I think that you can, part of it's your lifestyle, your requirements, your budget, of course, how much do you have coming in every month, and your requirements, the medical requirements, housing requirements, amenities. If you live in the newest high-end condos, going to cost you more, of course. There are options. I found this sign on the road. 3,500 to 4,500 with kitchen and toilet and bath. And that's where you'll find, if you start walking streets in certain areas, you'll see signs. And you can find luxury dwellings, or you can find the cheaper dwellings. I advise you to use Filipinos to help you find and negotiate prices, because there is such a thing many places of the Kano tax, the foreigner tax. They assume you can pay a lot more, and they will quote you a much higher rate. A number of people told me, I had a friend stayed there in Iloilo City for about a year, and he thought it was getting more expensive. He moved up to Rojas City, which is a quite a bit smaller city up in the north of Panay Island. Mike from my Philippine journey, he moved to Bacolod as a girlfriend up there. That was the main reason, but he also mentioned he thought Iloilo City was getting more expensive. Still much less expensive in many cases than in the U.S. I've done a number of cost of living videos, and I will link those at the end of this video. And you make choices. It's good to understand and have control of your money, because it tends to cost more than what you think. There's always something that comes up, maintenance issues with your personal self, your body, your medical, your dental, as well as maintenance on your perhaps your apartment, your house, your condo you're renting. And the landlord may or may not pay for that. They may expect you to pay for that. So in conclusion, I think that Iloilo is a very livable city. Clean City Tourist Award, which is saying a lot. There are areas in the older parts of the city I walked that still have ways to go to get the infrastructure, and but still, even those areas were cleaner than many areas I've seen in other towns and cities in the Philippines. It is good that government and industry seems to be working together to build the infrastructure, to build the business parks, and there's a lot of potential in Iloilo City. It's got a international airport, although very few international flights at this point in time. I think it has a couple to Singapore and Hong Kong, perhaps some other places, but that will change over time as well. A lot of domestic flights out of there, so you can get to other Philippine cities. Of course, the land of over 7,000 islands. Many of the people travel by ferry, and very easy to do until there's a storm. Iloilo and Panay Island are generally protected from most of the typhoons, with other islands surrounding it taking most of the brunt of that, and most actually go north. Most of the people seem to be very friendly and helpful. There are a number of new developments underway and planned, not only for the business districts, but also for the downtown area. And there are a number of entertainment, nightlife type areas. I especially like the fact that they're developing the river area, an esplanade area, as well as a riverwalk area for activities, walking and just relaxing. Anyway, that's just a real brief overview and some thoughts of mine and friends who have been to Iloilo City and lived there. So anyway, thank you for watching. Please like the video, please share the video, please subscribe. Safe travels to you all wherever you're at, and I'll see you next time.